Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about Modern Warfare 2. Specifically, did Activision lie? Did Infinity Ward lie? Are COD fans entitled to a refund now that we know that COD 2023 is reportedly going to be a full-fledged AAA, $70 title by Sledgehammer Games? If you guys didn't know, the leaks and rumors previously were all stating that Modern Warfare 2 was going to be a 2-year game, and I came across this thread right here. Did anyone else buy something because they were under the impression this was a 2-year COD? It's got over 2,000 upvotes over on the Modern Warfare 2 subreddit, and just to read it really quickly, for the first time ever in November, I spent real money on the game outside the Battle Pass. I was under the impression this game would be the most relevant for 2 years. I know that this isn't much of an extension, but it gave me hope that anything I had or used would continue to be there. I don't feel that anymore. I feel slightly lied to in that aspect. I'll still keep playing, but I kind of want my money back, And then he added a couple of edits here, one of them being talking about like a cosmetic purchase as compared to the entire game, but regardless, there's over 700 comments in this thread. I'll put a link to it down there in the description, where people are talking about whether or not they should be entitled to refunds for their cosmetics or even just the entire game as a whole, because well before the game even came out, we're talking the original dates. I have them written down here. The original story, I believe, from Jason Schreier was on February 22nd of 2022. So that's like 8 months before Modern Warfare 2 even came out. We got the original story that for the first time in 2 decades, Call of Duty will be skipping a year. Activision has delayed 2023's game made by Treyarch to 2024, sources tell Bloomberg. It's a shocking move that will have a massive impact on the franchise and the industry. And then, of course, after that, we end up hearing a whole lot more leading up into the full launch of Modern Warfare 2. But keep in mind, this was all just industry insiders and leakers and rumors and things like that. Like, Activision themselves never officially came out and said anything. Now, I know this kind of makes me sound like, oh, I'm defending Activision or whatever, but we can even check out the original blog post where they were introducing Modern Warfare 2. There was never anything officially in there about the game being a 2-year game. Everything came from those industry insiders, those leakers, and, credit where credit's due. People like me, COD YouTubers, like media in general. Look at all the articles that were popping up, right? Everyone was taking this information and running with it, and without ever having an official source or an official announcement from Activision or Infinity Ward or the ridiculous amount of other devs that apparently are working on Modern Warfare 2, there was never anything official about it being a 2-year game. We did get a bunch more information, of course, coming from Jason Schreier. Initially, we started hearing that it was going to be a premium release, and he was saying it's basically just going to be an expansion to the game, until eventually, as you guys know, this eventually culminated about a month ago. Almost a year after the original leaks and rumors came out. Again, Jason Schreier here read a story at some point, which he may have already done that. I didn't actually look that up. I probably should have, but this is what happened. Treyarch's game was planned for 2023. Early last year, they decided to delay Treyarch's game until 2024, and then fill in the blanks with more Modern Warfare stuff from Sledgehammer. That was initially going to be the plan. It was going to be an expansion, according to industry insiders, to Modern Warfare 2. Then at some point, they decided to frame this expansion as a full release as compared to making it an expansion. So is Activision in the wrong here? I think they are. They're in the wrong about so much, but not this. I cannot find, maybe if you guys can dig deeper on the internet somewhere, find some deleted tweet or some anything, man. I don't think anything official ever came out about the 2-year life cycle. It was, and to name names honestly sounds like rude, because if you're just reporting news and that news turns out not to be true, especially in the world of video game rumors and stuff like that, I don't think that makes you liable. You know what I mean? So Jason Schreier, Ghost of Hope, myself reporting on their news. I'm just as liable, I would imagine, if I'm covering their news and using them as a source, and they're using their own sources, but they can't let their sources be known because those sources are actually working on the games. I don't think these people are at fault or anything like that. I think what happened is something that happens all the time in game development, which is they start working on one thing, plans change, people hear leaks and rumors about this thing they were working on, but they're not even working on it anymore, or the entire project has shifted to a new direction, and then the previous leaks, the previous rumors, the previous information becomes somewhat irrelevant. It becomes not necessarily true, and that's why we always say take things with a pinch of salt when it comes to leaks and rumors. How many times have I said that? I've said that phrase so many times that it doesn't even have any meaning anymore. I've said so many times over the past 10 years I've been covering COD news. So, yeah, did Activision lie? I truly don't believe that they did, but it is a really shitty situation where that information, those leaks, those rumors, all these news stories, again, being covered by everybody, it was so heavily mass covered because it was such a massive change to the COD franchise. It was such, apparently, like just based on like community feel, it was a welcome change to the COD franchise that people took it as fact, even though it was never officially announced by anyone that actually matters. Not to say that, content creators and news outlets don't matter, but I'm just saying, like, unless it comes from the horse's mouth, unless Bobby Kotick himself waddles up on stage and gives us the announcement, then it's not going to really be official until the game either comes out or until they announce it. You know what I mean? So it's just a really weird situation we found ourselves in, and now we find ourselves in the same situation basically where we have leaks and rumors. Still, they have not said anything besides they're going to have a full premium release in the fourth quarter of 2023. The fourth quarter, of course, being October, November, December. If you guys didn't know, it's the fourth quarter of the year. So at some point within those 3 months, a full premium COD title is coming out. That is all that Activision has officially said. But going back to it, the leaks and the rumors and everything say that it's going to be what was initially an expansion to Modern Warfare 2 developed by Sledgehammer Games. But now, rather than making it an expansion, it's going to be a full price $70 title because, of course, you can sell a full game a lot easier than you can sell an update or an expansion. You know what I mean? According to the leaks and rumors, again, take everything with a pinch of salt. Apparently, this game by Sledgehammer is going to carry over a lot of aspects of Modern Warfare 2. We're talking even game modes and maps, for crying out loud. It's also going to be on the same engine. Now, of course, these are just rumors as of right now, but if it does have like all that carryover and it's still a $70 game, that's going to rustle some jimmies. That's going to be an issue, I think, for a lot of people. But as always, until everything official comes out, these are just leaks and rumors, and we don't know exactly how things are going to play out. So yeah, there we are. There we have it. Kind of long-winded, kind of all over the place right there, but just it's a topic that gets brought up to me a lot. And even as like a COD fan, somebody who is genuinely looking forward to Modern Warfare 2 being a 2-year game, because there's just so many problems with COD having the annual release cycle and people blowing thousands of dollars on cosmetics, which, I mean, they're free, they're adults or whatever, they're free to do it with their money what they want to do, but knowing that content just poof goes away and becomes irrelevant when the next game comes out, should they move on to the next game, that's always been a really shitty feeling. It really has been. And I would say that a big part of the COD life cycle lately is, super hype up the game with the beta and by paying content creators and things like that, and like bringing in movie stars and Cardi B and stuff like that, get the game super hyped, release it, have the game be in a pretty buggy, messy state for a couple of months, then go on a couple month vacation after that without really fixing things, and then maybe 6-7 months into the game's life cycle start actually fixing things and adding new content to the game, but then quickly stop doing that after a little bit and then just start hyping up the next game. Like, it seems like that has been the annual COD cycle for a long time now. It's mostly leaving fans in a situation where we're just waiting for more content, we're waiting for issues to get addressed, and I don't know, this feeling of like never being fully satisfied. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm projecting here, but that's what it seems like it's been like for the past couple of years. And a 2-year life cycle could fix a lot of those issues. Then it turns out we don't have a 2-year life cycle, although there's still the rumors going around that COD 2024, after Sledgehammer's game, Treyarch's next game in 2024, that apparently is actually going to be a 2-year game. So maybe that was the plan all along, is to properly have a 2-year game, but they didn't think Modern Warfare 2 was going to be the time to do it. I don't know. It's all just guesswork at this point, man. We're all just trying to infer, and we're all just trying to, have a game come out for this franchise that we can all just love and enjoy. But, I mean, it's almost like the NFL offseason, which is currently going on right now. I'm going to wrap the video up with this. For some people, myself included, the off-season of the NFL is almost as fun as the regular season. The trades, the draft, the combine, the leaks, the rumors, everything that's happening, that's a pretty fun time of the year for me personally. And COD's kind of the same way, where wondering about the future of COD and wondering what the next game is going to be like and who's going to be making what and like what features are going to be there and all that, it's almost as fun as actually playing, because when you really look at the COD games themselves, once they come out and after you get through the honeymoon phase, a lot of people just start looking forward to the next one after a couple of months, because this 1-year life cycle system that they've been doing for so long, I think it's leaving fans a bit apathetic towards the franchise as a whole. Like, they'll play the new game, they'll mess around with it, they'll sink their teeth into it, they'll start to enjoy the game, and then they realize, well, shit, I mean, the next game comes out in 6 months? well, it kind of makes me not want to grind for things in this game because everything I do in this game is irrelevant. They need to, add more continuity in between each COD title, which they're setting themselves up to do that by the very nature that we are in a situation where they're all using the same engine. All devs are basically working on the same game. I mean, Infinity Ward headed Modern Warfare 2, but Treyarch and Sledgehammer and Raven and Phoenix, they all helped with it. The same is going to be true of Sledgehammer's title. They may be heading it, but they're getting help from everybody, and the same things with Treyarch, right? So they're in a situation where they can do that, and I think that they should, but it remains to be seen whether or not they will, I suppose. That's my long-winded rant, I suppose, about this. I hope you enjoyed this video here today. If you did, consider leaving a like, and if you guys didn't know, by the way, everything's all good with YouTube again. I got my name, I got my check mark, I got everything back. It's a-okay, man. NerosCinema is back up and rolling, so thank you guys all for the continued support through this trying time, but my channel's back, and looking forward to making content with you guys, so thank you so much. Hope you guys all enjoyed, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.